Morning everybody, this is my first clip of this new weekly Flossmas Vlogmas that I'm doing for the whole of December. So it is the 6th of December. I took yesterday off, but yeah, 6th of December, it's 10 to 8 and it is still dark outside, so I still feel half asleep, so this is going to be fun. But anyway, we are here to open two tiny presents because I didn't open one yesterday, and just to quickly recap what happened since my last little check-in with you on Saturday morning. So anyone who has either seen me, follows me on Instagram, where I am, sorry, let me start from the beginning on this. Hello, welcome. My name is Catherine. This is Cat V Stitches, my floss tube channel here on YouTube, and I'm also known as Cat V Stitches on Instagram. So if you like anything that you see here, please do follow me on Instagram and or like or subscribe here on YouTube. This is a channel about cross stitch. These are some of my things on the wall here. Very rarely I may discuss knitting, but to be honest, I've not really knitted that much recently, though I am going to try crochet in the coming weeks, I have decided, because the thing I'm knitting at the moment is taking forever because of the type of stitching it is. So I think that's why I've kind of lost patience a bit, because progress is slow. And I mean, I know that's exactly the same as some of these large cross stitch things, but at least you get to see more of these as you're doing. But anyway, I'm rambling. Let's get this under control. Cut that out, and well, not physically cut it out of this because I'm not editing this, but let's just get on with things. So the weekend, sorry. So Saturday morning, I let you know that that morning I was going to be making the flat folds for my, sorry, I've got a cat winding herself around my legs, wondering what I'm doing. I was going to be making the flat folds for my two nieces. I had stitched Dog Lovers by PuntiniPuntini, and I did it, but as I said in the video I did last week, I am a changed person because of it. I woke up Saturday morning one person, and come 4:30 Saturday evening I was a totally different person, because these almost broke me. Holy crap. If I ever do a flat fold again, it'll be a lot easier, let's just put it that way, because I have learnt from these. But anyway, enough about that. You can watch the last video. I'll give you a blow by blow as I'm doing it. But here we go. So these are the stitch pieces. Dog Lovers live here, and then we've got some PuntiniPuntini buttons here that I have glued on because I forgot to stitch them on, and a pin at the top here. So these, as I said, are a flat fold, so there's the back. I made this cording myself, though I'm not 100% happy with it because it's not as tight as I wanted, but by the time I was making this cording it was just like, it's done. For all of this, as per usual, when I'm finishing stuff, I follow the Vorna Pfeiffer tutorial. This material, I don't know what range it comes from, but I bought it from John Lewis here in the UK, and this is just DMC picked from the house and the ones that's used in these plants. But yeah, so that's one, and this is the second, exactly the same pattern, just the backing is kind of the day version of that. So yeah, so I used that for the little ribbon to hold it open, and yeah, there we go. So cording, I need to neaten up a little bit before I give them as gifts. So for example there, it's a tiny little bit frayed there, but I'll just do something. And so one of these is going to my niece on Saturday. I'm driving down to see her, them, oh no, sorry, on Sunday, so just before Christmas, to drop off their other gifts and this, and then I'll just arrange to drop the other one off. But yeah, they're done. I can put them out of my mind. But yeah. Anyway, that was flat folds. So I didn't do as much stitching as I thought I would then at the weekend, because obviously most of Saturday was then blown out of the water making them. But I did do some Saturday evening. I worked on the Haid I'm concentrating at the moment, so I'm calling this my dad's Haid. He chose this picture, so that's why I'm concentrating on this, because I want to get some significant progress on it so we can see it. But here we go. So I did all of the stitching in this colour, so this burgundy here. So there's about 600 stitches of that on there. So, oh, actually it might be a good idea if I show you what it's supposed to look like and who it's by. There we go. I'm not going to say that because I get it wrong every time I attempt, so I'm sure you can read it on there. So there you go. So, yeah. Don't even think of stepping on those flat folds, young lady. So I've got one of my cats just out of reach on the table. Let me just put that away. And then the other piece of stitching I did yesterday, and I must admit I didn't start until, no, I think I started about 11 o'clock, and then I started stitching on this, and then unfortunately I just got lost in stitching because I love stitching this so much. So I ended up doing about 1,200 stitches on this, and this is my new long dog start, so You Belong to Me. So yeah, and I am doing this using DMC Floss 718, so that is, there we go. I just love this pink, it's absolutely glorious. And so I'm using 32 count vintage grey or vintage stormy grey or something like that from Zweigart, and there we go. I think that colour just absolutely pops on there. So I'm doing top left corner here. So there we go. Although, to be honest, I'm probably not going to stitch on this for another week or so now, because I want to get my Winter by Cricket collection finished. So that's what I'm planning on stitching tonight, and also my All Souls Vierlanden done. So I just wanted to get a really nice start on this, and to be honest, I did more than I thought I was going to do, but you know, I'm happy now to put this aside for a week or so I can concentrate on that, because the reason I say that is because I was basically obsessed about starting this, and every time I was stitching something else I was like, well, do I really want to be stitching this, or do I really want to stitch my new long dog? And it was like, I really want to stitch the long dog. So I gave myself Saturday. I've done a good amount of stitching on it now, so I feel happy now, and I'm going to move on to my Winter and my All Souls Vierlanden. So yes, so that was my stitching over the weekend. What else? To be honest, let's have a look. I washed my hair. There you go. It's which is why I am, you know, happy to show myself today, as opposed to yesterday when it did literally look like you could fry chips in it. But not yet dyed it. That happens on Friday. But yeah, I'm at least a bit more presentable with my hair. Let's have a look. I think that's pretty much it. My weekend was really taken over by doing those bloody flat folds. So, you know, now that's done, I can move on with my life. So there was my life before flat folds, and now my life after flat folds. So, yeah. Oh, no, sorry. There was one other thing I did do. I sorted out my Whipgo board. I'm not going to go through it all now because I'll do that later on in the month. Because knowing me, some things will change, but I at least chose all the things I was going to do, chose the target I wanted. Basically, it's all my larger projects. I want to make sure that there is progress on it next year. So I'm doing it in 7-day chunks. So each number on the Whitgo will be 7 days worth of work, or 7 sessions, if you like, of work. So that session could be 2 hours, it could be 1 hour, or it could be 10 hours. But that's how I'm going to do it. So there'll be 7 sessions on every one. So then I can make sure, and 1 or 2 of them appear on there more than once. So for example, evening, which I want to, you know, get quite a bit of progression on, that's on there I think 2 or possibly 3 times. And my hook and hollow is on there more than once. And so you get the idea. It's just so I can make sure that I don't get to October like I did this year and realise that I'd only stitched on something maybe once that year or something like that. So I mean, sorry, no, that I'd only stitched on something once for 1 day or 2 days that year. So anywho, I also went through my kitted projects and pulled out all the things I want to have as new starts over the say the first quarter, or maybe first 4 months of the first third. Sorry, I had to, early in the morning I had to try and remember what was larger, quarter or third. But maybe sometimes I shouldn't admit these things, but anyway, yeah. So I pulled out all the things I want to start, and again I'll go over them towards the end of the year. But that's that catch up. So now let's get to the important thing, which is opening our tiny little presents. So this is Patchwork Rabbit Advent Calendar, but I'm following Michelle Bendy and a few others and calling them tiny little presents. So I have avoided any spoilers by Jessie Marie does stuff I just fast forwarded when she was opening hers, and a few others that I know are doing these I've avoided watching so I can be surprised. So this is number 5, and this is okay. So this is Gentle Arts, and this is Picket Fence. There you go. It's a nice colour. And number 6 is this is Advent Trim Collection for the Patchwork Rabbit by From the Cauldron. Oh, now this is nice. There we go. So it's like some little trim there. Oh, I'm going to have to look up this place because I've been looking for somewhere to do trim, because I was looking for some other trim on here, and then I had to obviously resort to do my own. But oh, that gold there would have been lovely. Oh god damn it. Anyway, yeah, so that's really nice, and that has now, so that, there we go, so that is, there we go. So I am going to have to look them up. I'm assuming Shakespeare. So it's Shakespeare's Primitive Red Pom Pom, Honey, Whiskey, Chenille, and Boxing Day 1/4 inch Rick Rack. And there's 18 inches of each, so that's quite a good amount. Right, okay. Oh, I'm happy with that one, definitely, and that is a lovely colour. It's got a nice sheen to that, like a pearly type of sheen to it. It's very nice. Right, okay, so I will sign off there. I will see you tomorrow morning. I'm in work today, so we've got the underwide bra and, you know, bit of makeup and my earrings in. So I will see you tomorrow. And yeah, hope you're safe and well. Bye. Morning, everybody. It is the 7th of December, and sad fact, I just had to check what number of these I was on to double check the date because I am tired. Oh, did not get much sleep last night. I took one strong painkiller yesterday because my arm was really sore, and I had insomnia last night, and I should have remembered that that's what happens, but never mind. Let's get on with things. So yesterday, work. It was a pretty good day at work yesterday. I'm slowly starting to get back into myself, so it was good. So yeah, so not really much else to say about that other than, yeah, it was work. It was a lovely commute to get into work, and it was a lot easier getting home from work, so yeah. And this morning again, it is still, well, it's not pitch black out there, it is, but it's very dark. I have cats staring at me even though they have actually been fed, but anyway, let's get on with things. Stitching. So last night I did stitch. I managed to get a couple of hours in after I got home and done everything that needed to be done. So I was working on Winter by Cryptic Collection. So that's just a quick reminder. Glare, 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 glare. There we go. I'm sorry, it's the lighting in here. I have to have the overhead light on, and it means that, yeah, there's glare everywhere. So I had started last time, I had started on the N. I'd done this leg just behind the snowman. So last night I finished the rest of the N, did this hat and these two snowflakes, and those snowflakes are using Blanc Etoile. So I know you can't really see the shimmer here, but it does look really nice. So I think the actual pattern calls for Krynic, but yeah, I'm using my Etoile because we all know I love Etoile. So yeah. So I'm going to work on this again tonight because I would like to finish off all the little embellishments around here. There's two birds and a little present. So there's a bird in between here. There's a bird. Sorry, there's a bird here, and there is a bird on top of the T and a little present there. And then I might get started on that. What I'm assuming is it's a sled. It's a sled that's been yeah, can't talk, can't even, it's a sled, let's just put it that way. Words not coming good this morning. God, that's the weird thing, I very, very rarely take really painful, really powerful painkillers anymore now, because I get a really bad like hangover effect the day after. So I'm choosy as to when I take them and try to manage anything I have with my endometriosis and blah 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 other ways. But yesterday it was, for some reason, it was really, really sore. I think it was because I jerked it quite badly when I was coming up some stairs, and so I thought, you know what, I need not to be worrying about this. So I took that tablet, and then halfway through the day I suddenly thought, you know what, you're not going to be able to sleep tonight. And guess what? I had about 2 hours sleep last night. So yeah, that was fun. But anywho, moving on. The other thing I did last night, and to be honest, this is the other reason I didn't get much sleep last night. I had planned on going to bed nice and early to try and maximise as much sleep as I could. But then I also planned to to finish off kitting out the last of the projects that I'm looking to start over the next couple of months. So I've kind of like, as discussed yesterday, I've kind of split. I've kind of looked at the first third of the year, is what I think I settled on, the first 4 months, and looked at things I would like to start during that period. I mean, there may be other things that sneak in, but these are the ones I would definitely do. So, but the majority of them were fully kitted, thread-wise and material. I've been doing that over the last 6 months or so, but these are the last ones. And the first one is one that I'm really looking forward to start. It is Hollandse Merklap, and yes, I know it's by Jeanette Douglas Designs, and I know I've just absolutely butchered words, butchered that, but yeah, absolutely love it. I saw Stitching MD do this, and it is just absolutely glorious. I just love the curly whirls on the letter, but the because I plan on getting this framed and, you know, really this to be a really big piece, I decided that I would use the fancy threads. Now, I have basically over a number of months, over about 4 or 5 months, because I bought this a while ago, I have been slowly but surely buying, you know, a few each month, the threads on the back, because some of them are actually quite gorgeous. Well, they're all quite gorgeous, to be honest, apart from 3, which are the last ones I'm going to look to see if I can buy, and it's because they're not exactly common ones here in the UK, so I'm going to have to see if I can source them on Etsy or something. But it's Silken Colours, Old Lace, Olive Branch, and then Soie d'Alger by Access Commodities. Again, completely butchered that, and it's a brown green. Yeah, these 3 in the corner here. I mean, if I have to do an exchange with ones I've got by the time I start this, and I'll do that, but I thought I'd give it one last chance to see if I can find them. So that's the first one. I've got my material there. I'm using the recommended, which is light mocha, and I'm doing that in 32 count because that is my new favourite size. It's like hitting my sweet spot, as they say. So that's the first of the ones I was doing last night. The next one was my Cricut collection frost. Yeah, frost. It says the frost is on the pumpkin. So I want to start that this month. I might actually start this at the weekend, although I do have a bit of a busy weekend this weekend. I've got this was just a scrap. It's 28 count because I wasn't buying something specially for it. It's just a Swigart green grey, and yeah, now this does have a few little specialty threads in, and that's just in the pumpkin, so I just grabbed them last night. Well, not all of them, I just grabbed a few of the key ones. So that's that. Then there's, nope, I didn't need to kit that one because that one was already kitted up. So, and then there's Quiltify Design Kraken, or the Kraken. This I'm going to do as something to run alongside that Kraken one there, because it's very similar style. And then as I was looking at getting everything sorted, I suddenly thought to myself, hang on a minute, why don't I just use the same things I used on there, so they do truly match. So that is what I'm going to do. So I have it here actually. This I think is possibly going to be a future giveaway, this chart, because I have finished with it and I did buy the paper chart. I still have it, so I have all the threads that I use, so I'm just going to dig them back out because I didn't use them all in here, and use them on the Kraken. So yeah, oh, and the other one was the Drawn Thread Sunnyside sampler, but I've done a couple of drawn threads now, and more or less everything that I needed I already had, so maybe 1 or 2 things I'd already bought. So those are some of my main starts that I'm looking to do. Oh, sorry, put this, sorry, crinkle, put that back in there. Some of the starts I'm planning on doing over the coming months, and I am actually looking forward to them. And pretty much that's it. Oh, no, one thing. So I got something from Amazon, basically the last of my Christmas presents, and came home, and there was a card put through saying garden. That's it, they'd just written garden. Now I lived in a terraced house, so I do have a small garden at the front, and obviously I've got a garden in the back, and it was dark when I got home, so I had to get a torch out, and I'm looking everywhere in the front garden to see if I can find this thing. Couldn't find it anywhere. So then ultimately I went in my back garden, and what they'd done is literally just hefted it over the back wall, and it was just, yeah, and it was soaking through because of course it had been peeing it down with rain. So yeah, thanks for that. Thankfully, nothing was ruined inside, but, you know, it was like... Anywho, moving on. Let's do my tiny little present from my patchwork rabbit. Well, it's an advent thing, but I'm liking the tiny little present label. It's a classic. Oh, this is a lovely colour. Classic Colour Works. Wavy Navy. There you go. Hello. Oh, sorry, Amy's just popped her head up on the chair trying to get up on the table. Hello. Hello. Are you going to rub yourself against that? Okay. Nope, don't do that. Sorry, she's just out of, she's learned if she just stays out of reach of me being able to grab her, then I won't grab her. But she's close enough just so I can like stroke her head. So, yeah, there we go. Okay. So again, yeah, wavy navy. There we go. So there have been some very nice colours in this. I'm building up my thread collection there rather nicely. I am actually now starting to swap things out. So on, for example, that Cricket collection, where the letter is just a pure solid colour without any little other colours spread through, I am trying to switch out to one of my overdye threads to use them up, and a lot of other things as well. I'm doing that and I'm really enjoying it. I mean, I'm quite safe. I don't change it radically to some completely different colour, but I am, you know, for example, on my autumn, I did it famously. Anyone who's watched my previous videos will know that I did it on all of the letters on autumn, and I absolutely love the result I got from that. Although I did cheat on that and got somebody, and I didn't exactly use my stash on that. I got one of the lovely ladies at Create Nostalgia to help me with that. Or when I say help me, I mean she picked the colours for me. It was Mary there. But other than that, now that's kind of bolstered me now to start doing that on some other pieces where I think it is appropriate to do so. But yes, right, I think that's it. I've covered everything I stitched yesterday. What I'll do is I will leave it there, and I will record again tomorrow. So, bye. Morning. It is Wednesday the 8th of December. It is the last day that I'll have to work from the office this week. Yay! So it's working from home for the next 2 days. So yeah, be a little bit more relaxed tomorrow morning when I do my little update. Don't think this is going to be a long one. Just worked yesterday. It was a little bit of a hectic day yesterday, so I was glad when it was over and I could finally breathe. So I got home, made my tea, and then sat down and just wanted to chill and calm my brain. So I did some stitching, because that for me is the perfect calm my brain. And then I finally found a pattern that kind of met my wish to have another Christmas pattern, but also to fit in with my aesthetic of being a little bit spooky. Thus my only really Christmas one so far is my Prairie Moon one there. Absolutely love that. So what I found on 123 Stitch was Wicked Christmas by, is it Sarah Grumani or something like that? I'll show you the picture here. Oops, is it going to... Ah, there we go. Brilliant. Now that's a big boy. So I'm probably going to end up doing that on 40 count. But I thought, you know what? As a Christmas present to myself. Oh, lighting's gone weird. Right, okay. Gone back to normal now. Yeah. So I've got that from 123 Stitch. So hopefully, I mean, that's not going to be here for this Christmas, obviously, and it certainly would not be stitched for this Christmas. But you never know, for next Christmas it might get done. So anyway, that was my purchase. Oh yeah, the other thing that annoyed me last night was, so I'm not really one for wearing makeup. I have a skin that if you so much as looks at foundation and things like that, it breaks out, or I get a rash or things like that. And especially if I wear it all day, then it's for the next couple of days I'm spot city. So I tend only to wear it for like, if I'm going out. So for those of you in the UK who know Mickey Flanagan, are going So I've got the works due on Saturday. That's if it still goes ahead with everything that's going on. And I'm only like popping in and out just to show my face and whatnot, because I don't really want to hang around there for ages, because I've turned, as many of you may know from my previous videos, I have turned into a bit of a hermit. But I did think to myself, nope, you're going to go and just, show yourself a little bit. Even if it means wearing a mask. But even then I still need to, do something with this. So during the last almost 2 years now, I have not really been out or anywhere that required the full Ghibli, the full facial thing being done. And so last night I thought, oh, I'll just check up on my foundation and all of that, because it wasn't brand new before the start of the pandemic. So lo and behold, I pulled out the two things of foundation I've got. I've got an everyday wear one and a fancy pants nighttime one, and yeah, they're not good. I ain't putting them on my skin. So now I'm gonna have to go out and buy some sodding bloody foundation. So I'm gonna have to try and fit that into everything that's going on for the next couple of days. But anyway, I just thought I'd share that because it really annoyed me last night, that did. Yeah, so that's it really for little newsy bits. Like I said, this is going to be a bit of a short one. So, stitching wise, I'm still working on Winter by Cricut Collection, because I want to at least get these things here done before I put it away, because that's really where most of the heavy stitching is concentrated. And when I say put it away, I mean I give myself a week's break from it. So last night I worked on just doing these little birds here. There's a bird there, and that present there. I wanted to work on this and if possible do some of this E. So it's still in the Q-snap, so some of it is now hidden. But this is what I managed to get done. So the other bird is down here, which I did get done. So there's that, the present, the sled, and the first of the colours in the E. So I just need to fill in the other colour now. And then I will do all the little ornamental things around the E if I can get them done tonight. And then this can come off my Q-snap for a week. And so although I'll cover this more in plans tomorrow, but I'll probably get out All Souls Vierlanden for a quick, for a couple of days work on it. Although perhaps only one evening, because Friday Whitchy stitch will drop. Saturday, and on Friday I'm dyeing my hair, so that takes, I've timed it from the very start of it to when I'm when I've finished drying it. It's an hour and 40 all in for me to do my hair, so that'll take up some of Friday. So then I'll stitch on the Whitchy stitcher, and Saturday housework, shopping, prep work for the Christmas do or the works do, which to be honest doesn't take me long because I'm not really nothing wrong with this in any way, shape or form. It's just because of my skin I never really got into putting loads of makeup on, because there was no point, because even as a youngster, even putting moisturiser on would cause a massive breakout or rash and things like that, so I never really got into the habit of doing much. So it does not take me long, and my hair I'm just gonna straighten and that'll do. Yeah, I'm not gonna say a girly girl, but I'm not a, because that's the wrong thing to say entirely, but I'm just not a makeup person. I wish I was. I wish I was one of these amazing people who could, you know, Julie, Kansas City girl, Colorado world, her makeup is always mwah, absolutely amazeballs, and I just wish I had it in me to be able to do that, but I don't, so I don't try. But anywho, yeah, so that's my plans for tonight, just to finish off the E and all the embellishments around it, and then this will come off the Q-snap till next week. And then so tonight will be All Souls. And oh yeah, one thing that did come in the post is I am part of the Lakeside Needlework thread club for classic colour work. So I got these through the post last night. I think I might be coming down with a cold. I've done one of the home tests and that's come out negative, so it's nothing like that, but I'm just feeling all snotty, you know, that kind of thing. It looks like we're going through the C's at the moment for these, so let me just, yeah, it's all C's. So there we go. Some beautiful colours there. I do like this, and this blue is stunning. So I will add these into my stash, put them onto my spreadsheet. Yep. So let us do our little present for the day. So there we go. As you can see, it has not been opened. It is still sealed. And it is a thread. Ooh, it's another thread gatherer. And oh, this is another gorgeous colour. This is Berry Cobbler. And again, I'm sorry for the light here, but it's another dull and dreary day. Just rain, rain, rain here at the moment. I mean, although I need to be careful what I'm really saying about the weather here in the UK at the moment, because there are some people who have been absolutely battered by the storm we've had. And I know yesterday here the winds were quite high. While I was at work, I was sat in my office and you could like literally hear the wind howling. But we have been lucky that we've just really had a bit of a deluge of rain. And I live near a river, and for a couple of years ago on Boxing Day it flooded. Well, no, I'm not laughing at the fact that it flooded, but nobody was killed or anything like that. It wasn't that kind of dramatic flood. It was just a case of it rained so much that the water level rose and just, you know, got into people's homes and things like that. So although lives weren't lost, lives were ruined, let's just put it that way, because, you know, like properties were completely, you know, ground floors of properties were completely ruined. But so I live in a row of terraces which is actually quite close to the river, but for some reason ours is on a little bit of a rise. So as the water, and I mean it was quite a significant amount of rain that fell, and so it was, the weird thing is that this hadn't flooded before that time. That hadn't flooded for like 100 or so years. It wasn't in you know, in memory kind of thing, and so it'd never been a problem with insurance or things like that, because, you know, has it flooded any time recently? Nope, it hasn't. So nobody was thinking that there was problems, so there'd have been no works done on the banks or anything like that. And there were, you know, like some works right on the bank, and, you know, there's houses all near it in the floodplain. And yeah, so it was Boxing Day, and I'd come home from my parents and I was just sat in the lounge. The curtains were shut because I wasn't getting dressed, and it was you know, the afternoon, and I started to hear a lot of noise outside, a lot of people going back and forth, and I was thinking, oh, there's no marathon or bike race or anything like that, because sometimes you get them coming down this road that I knew about. And then I started peeking out the window and I started seeing all of these people like coming past with bags and things like that. And I had basically A, slept, and B, hibernated in my lounge through the bank, it overflowing the banks, and like loads of houses being flooded, and the bridge, which is literally a stone's throw away from me, because of everything that was crashing underneath the bridge, all the debris and whatnot that the river had collected, there were concerns about that and then the power went out, and I got up and then came out the back expecting to see, you know, my back garden all flooded out, because like I said, we are quite close to the river here. But no, it had, because we were on that slight little hillock, it was all around our little row of terrace, but we were dry and just without power. And I mean, and I still feel guilty about that, you know, because some people, you know, the water came in and did quite a lot of damage, but since that, it happened again, although not as bad as that day. So now they've done tons of work, thank goodness. So yeah, so although it is timing now, we've got all of this rain coming down, and thankfully they you know, they realise, it's now flooded twice in about 4 years. So this is now a danger area. So our councillor petitioned for and received enough money to do some, you know, to do all the barrier work along the river. So we don't have to worry about the flood. Although now I do have a flood warning thing on my phone, which I'd never even knew you could get. So every now and then you get a little warning saying that the river level is getting dangerously high, and you know, flood is imminent, and then flood is happening, Catherine, so wake up. You know, get out of your pyjamas, open your curtains, look out and see what's been happening for the past 3 hours that you've basically just... Anywho, I've rambled, I need to stop. So plans, as I said, tonight, carry on winter, go to work now, yay, and have lots of fun. So I will record again tomorrow, so see you later. Bye. Morning everybody, it is December the 9th. I hope you're all doing well. Okay, look, before we go any further, I need to reach an agreement with you. I need everybody here, present, watching, whatever else, to agree that you're going to completely ignore the absolute horrendous mess which is my hair. Because it's being dyed tomorrow. So tomorrow it should look really nice, but today it looks really horrendous, so I apologise for that. But yeah, I'm also working from home today, so I was not in the mood for, you know, thinking it up. So sorry, but let's just agree to ignore it and move on. So anywho, it is December the 9th. As I said, hope you're all safe and well. So today what we're going to do, as per usual, go over what I stitched last night, what I'm planning on stitching tonight, any other bits of thingies that have happened, and then open my little tiny present from my advent calendar from Patchwork Rabbit. So without further ado, let's go into what I stitched last night. Now, I ended up stitching a lot more than planned last night. So I had said that I was going to do continue stitching on Cricket Collection Winter, and let me show you what that's going to look like when it's finished, just in case you've forgotten from what it looked like 10 minutes ago. But there we go. So, there. So I had done the N and the snowman, and what had I done? Yes, I think I'd finished. Yeah, I'd done the N and the T and the snowman, and I wanted to do, and I'd done the sled. So I wanted to do the E. That was it. So that is what I worked on last night. But then, now I watch someone called Shay Barton on YouTube, and she is an artist, and she recently did a Twitch. It's kind of like work with me, and she'll do like, we basically all work together on Twitch. So we have 30-minute sessions where she's not talking, she's just working on what she's doing, be it packing up art prints for her shop or for her patrons, Patreons or doing art or whatever, and we all kind of like work together for this 30 minutes, and then we chat for 5 to 10 minutes, and then there's another 30-minute session, and it's really good actually. So she was doing that the other night, and she happened to mention that as she was doing this, she was listening to this hilarious YouTuber called Mike, so Mike, M-I-K-E, and then Mike as in M-I-C, as in Mike. I don't know why that, microphone, maybe that would have been a better way to put it. And at the moment he's doing a hilarious breakdown of Pretty Little Liars, the TV show. And I kind of watched 1 or 2 episodes when it was on, and I got the concept of it and all of that, but the way he breaks it down is just absolutely hilarious. But it goes on for nearly 2 hours, and he's only done the first 2.5 seasons, but it's just so brilliant. But then he got me onto this other YouTuber, I can't remember her name now, but she was doing the Vampire Diaries, and her breakdown of all seasons within 2 hours was just hilarious as well. So it's just something to have on in the background. But the problem is I just completely lost track of time, and I'm there stitching away. I'd come home from work, done everything that I needed to do, blah, 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 sat down to stitch, maybe do just 2 hours max. Yeah, I did more than that. So this has now come off the Q-snap because I'm going to temporarily put it to the side. I'm not putting it away. I am going to stitch on it again before the end of the month to hopefully finish it. But I managed to get a little bit more done. I need something to put behind it. Here we go. So I did the E as planned, but then I moved on. Let's put that like that. Sorry, I'm just trying to get a screenshot for the stupid title card there. I do apologise if that looks so false and horrendous. But let me see if I can wrap this properly so you can see it a bit better. Here we go. Thorough professional I am. There we go. So there is winter. I have done the E, done all the embellishments. Let me bring this closer for you. I've not done the back stitch yet. I'll do that at the end because there's not tons on. There's not tons on these Cricut collection ones. So I'll just do it at the end, and it'll save me knackering it with Q-snaps and whatnot. But I did that R. So I am now more than halfway through it. So these are all fully done now. Oh, there's just a few little dots need to come across here, and then this section of it's complete, and I've done pretty much half of the letter there, but there is, oh, it's behind it. I need to now do that sled and fill in, bring it closer there, and fill in the other colour on the R. And then that'll be done, and then I'll just have the W and the I to do. But yeah, although I did far more than I planned on doing and stayed up a little bit later than I planned on doing, I'm pleased with the progress on that. Oh, I did actually start filling in, you can see it there, I did actually start filling in some of the other colour there, but at that point I was like, Catherine, put the needle down. Now, put it down. So yeah, I obeyed myself and put it down. So that is going away now till possibly next week. I may get this finished before the end of December. I was just going to be happy if I finish it before the end of winter, but if I can get it done before the end of December, that would be amazeballs. But I'm not going to tie myself down to that. So that is winter. So now on to what I plan to stitch tonight. So, oops, just dropping stuff on the floor there and startling my cat, who again is just out of reach for me to be able to drag her in. So I plan on stitching tonight All Sold Vierlanden by Quiltify Designs. There you go, Quiltify Designs. There you go. So I'm doing Cricut collection on 28 count light. It's either light blue or something like that. It's just a basic Zweigart 28 count. So I didn't go for any mottling or anything like that. I haven't really on any of the ones I've done, because I think those letters just pop on the plain Zweigart, but they're all done on 28 count. And this so far, this is a 28 count Sea Witch by Chromatic Alchemy. This is what I have done. Ooh, this is what I've done so far. So I plan to carry on working a lot across the bottom. Let me just bring the bottom up. Across the bottom there, taking that to the other side. As I think I said in a previous video, this matches up. I have counted it out and it does match up. Yes. So that's what I'm looking at tonight. Now, Friday, the next Whitchy Stitcher will drop. So I don't know how much time I'll have to do, because when I finish work on Friday, I'm going to do the hair, which, as I have already reported, takes exactly 1 minute 40. 1 hour 40. 1 minute 40, wouldn't that be great? 1 hour 40 from start to finish to do. So, yeah. And what I'm probably going to do is I'm not going to have time tomorrow morning to record one of these. So I'll probably dye my hair. In fact, you know what? I'm going to call it now, is I'm probably not going to do one of these tomorrow. I will do one Sunday morning, Saturday morning, and then I'll do another one Sunday morning. Will that work out? Let's see. So Saturday morning, yes, it will. So I'll do that. I might do a kind of like little bloggy type thing throughout Saturday, because I'll also be getting ready for the works due that I am obligated to go to, and I'm not going to go there for long. I'm giving some people a lift down there because I've already agreed to do that, so I'm going to. Oh, hello. Okay. Oh, so she got close enough for me to grab her. She made a mistake. There we go. There is Amy. Oh, hello, Snuggle Buggle. I don't know if you can hear her purring there. She purrs, but she does desperately want to get away from me. There you go. No, I have cat hair all over me. Anywho, sorry, as I was saying, yeah, so I'm going to go, stay for a little bit. I'm not drinking or anything because, you know, I'm driving, and B, it does no longer agree. Drinking no longer agrees with me. Not that I was ever a big drinker or anything, but it just, nowadays, oh, it is horrendous. But anywho, so that's what I'm doing Saturday. So what I might do is do one Saturday morning, and then I'll come on quickly Sunday to show anything that I've done Saturday during the day. So yeah, so that's what we'll do. I'm not going to do one tomorrow, but I will do one Saturday and Sunday. So I stick with my 6 days a week little thingy pattern. So this is what I'm going to work on tonight. And I may continue working on it until the Witchy Stitchy thing drops, if by some miracle it's, you know, if, well, who knows. Let's not go into that anymore, because now I'm just burbling on. But that's my plan for tonight. And strangely enough, my Witchy Stitchy one is in here, so let me just show you where I was up to on here. I might as well. I got to there. Oh, so the etoile that I'm waiting for Nessie here has not yet turned up. But as soon as it does, I'll finish Nessie. But for now, I'll move on to the next one, whichever that is when it drops tomorrow. Pop that back in the bag. They share a bag, All Souls and the Witchy Stitcher. I love this material. This is one of the ones I made using the amazing Vona Pfeiffer tutorial for an envelope bag. And then I just added on this button here and this thingy here. And I put that little badge on there because it seemed to match up completely. Okay, that's what I've stitched, what I plan to stitch. Next, post. So, a while ago, I bought one of the Stacey Nash pattern Halloween at Hollyberry Farm. And as I've said previously, sorry, I'm on the lookout. I'm on the lookout for some Christmassy type patterns that kind of match my aesthetic. So I covered one in the previous clip, and this turned up in the post last night. This is Christmas. Oh God, caught my nose in. Christmas at Hollyberry Farm. So I think now, to be honest with you, I have a nice little collection of some really cool Christmassy type patterns. Now I can put that to one side now and just work on these throughout the year, so I don't, you know, I doubt I'm going to buy any more Christmassy patterns unless they happen to be a really good spooky mix like the one down there. But I think I'm done now for Christmassy patterns. So that's one thing, and then there's one purchase that occurred this morning. And I blame Michelle Bendy Stitchy for this entirely, because she has been stitching on the Dutch letter sampler that she's gotten from, oh, I'll tell you the name of the place she's got it from in a minute, but it's there we go. Can we see that? Yeah, I think we can there. Every time I've seen her stitch it, I've just fallen in love with it completely. It's just the lettering, the bow, I think again it matches that kind of thing on there. It's got the same kind of lettering as the cracking on there, and on another one that I plan to start soon, and I've just fallen in love with it, but I've never pulled the trigger on it because it actually came from a magazine from 2005. Needlework and Antique something, or oh, I've got it here, hang on, let me tell you, it is Sampler and Antique Needlework Quarterly, and it's from 2005, that pattern. However, what I found was just from this, so basically, let me start again. Yeah, you should all know by now, mornings and me, I'm still a little bit raw. But, oh my God, I've just lost my train of thought. Holy crap, I got distracted by my own distraction. Okay, so 2005, Sampler and Antique Needlework. And this morning, this is what I was going to say, as she did yesterday, but this morning again, Michelle posted on Instagram a picture of her progression, and it is looking stunning. And more than ever, I was like, oh my God, that is my kind, that is just, I love that. And I've held off buying it for months, from when she first showed that she was starting it towards the start of the year, and I've held off and I've held off and I've held off. And now she's she's about 2/3 of the way, well, nearly 2/3 of the way through, and I'm just like, I absolutely love that pattern. The same kind of feeling I got when I saw You Belong to Me from Long Dog. So sorry, I'm randomly pointing that way because obviously that's a Long Dog pattern as well, just in case you thought I was just had some kind of weird arm jerking episode there. But so I finally pulled the trigger and started searching for it. So I found it's called onbuy.com. I bought a pattern from them before, a little dimensions pack, and it was really good price, really good service. They kind of like it's kind of like an Amazon, if you like. They've got a lot of venues that kind of, or not venues, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of shops, or however you want to put it, that kind of list their stuff on this onbuy.com. And like I said, I've used it before. It was really swift. They delivered when they said they were going to deliver, and there were no issues. You just pay through PayPal, so there's no problems there. So I found a CD for all of the quarterlies from 1991 to 2015, and it was for £26. Well, considering how many patterns is going to be inside all of those quarterly magazines, I mean, my God, how many is that? 1991 to 2015. No, I'm not going to do the sums here and now. You're asking too much of me now. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to get that, and I'm going to enjoy looking through them all. So I think, however, it's coming from America, but I've only had to pay £3 for postage, and that's included, you know, that's with that 26.71, so that's all in, I've paid for that. So, you know, that to me is like, you can't go wrong there. So pulled the trigger on that. I bought that. It should be here beginning of next year, and I'm looking forward to looking through all of those magazines. So yeah, so that was my purchase. But I am now, and I know I say this, and I know I'm crap at keeping to this, but I am desperately going to try and keep to this now. Other than things I've already ordered, that's it now for any new patterns this year. So a couple of weeks. No, that's it now. I've got more than enough to keep me going for the next 100 years. So, and I've got all my new starts that called to me when I was going through my stash ready for the next couple of months. So, yeah, there's nothing else that I've seen that I've kind of been like, oh, apart from my Toil and Trouble, my Plum Street Toil and Trouble, that I've got a alert on about 4 different websites. As soon as it comes in, can you please email me? So that is the one, that is going to be the one exception. But I think I've mentioned that several times that I desperately want that pattern, so I'm not going to feel guilty about that one. Well, I don't feel guilty about any of them, but yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, okay, stop the rambling, Catherine. Let's get on with this. Let's open the tiny present. So number 9, as usual, it has not been opened. I don't know how I've managed to do this, you know, because I am normally absolutely terrible at hanging around with presents to the actual event. So if somebody gives me a birthday present or a Christmas present early, normally it's just open the second they're out of sight. No self-control for these kind of things, but I've done really well on these. Ooh, shiny. This is DMC, that stuff. The gold. Ooh. That's nice, that is shiny, shiny. I've got 1 or 2 of the, not this particular colour, but I do have some of these. I've not yet dared try them, but I might have to start trying to insert them in like I do with my Etoile. That's a nice colour, that's got, I mean, ooh, sorry, it's coming across a little bit yellowish on here. It's not quite as yellow as that, but I think you can pretty much get the idea. There you go, that's toning it down a little bit there. But it's, no, that's a nice one, that. Okay, so that is number 9 done. So, today, work, go to hospital to get my arm looked at, do some stitching. Yes. At the moment, as I said, I'm not planning on doing one of these tomorrow morning, but I will make up for it by doing one both Saturday and Sunday. So I will sign off here. Yeah, I hope your week going well so far. Hope you're all keeping safe and well. And I will see you in the next clip. Bye. Hi. So, it is Saturday the 11th of December. My last clip was on Thursday, and yesterday I took the day off because I had a ton of stuff I needed to do. That was all done, and now we're back to normal. So, yes, Saturday. It is a fairly grey day, but it's not raining, so you know, you got to take these things as they come. Today my plan is stitch, to do some stuff around the house, and then this evening it is the works do. Now, I have mixed feelings about this do. Well, with everything that's going on at the moment, I was this close to cancelling, but I've decided I'm going to go. I'm not drinking or anything like that, so I'm driving there. I'm just going to stay for a little bit. I have the food, obviously, because, yeah, and then come back. So I'm certainly not going to be staying through the sloppy stages of these nights out, let's just put it that way. So I don't envisage it's going to be a late night tonight, but yeah, I don't know what it is. I think it's also because I'm quite new at the business, so I've not like developed any really close, you know, work friends yet, so that always makes these events a lot easier. So I'm just literally gonna go, sit around and chat for a while, show my face and eat some food, then bugger off home. So anyway, that's my plans for tonight. I am going to do a quick clip tomorrow morning, so I'll discuss what I'm going to do tomorrow then. But yeah, that's today. So, without any further ado, oh no, wait, hang on a minute. A little bit of news. So with what happened Thursday day, let's just recap. So I went to the hospital and saw the specialist, and he confirmed that I did not have frozen shoulder-like symptoms. I had frozen shoulder. So yeah, that's, I mean, kind of thought that anyway, but yeah, it's that frozen shoulder with a lot of stiffness as well. So even better, yay, because I don't do things by half. So I'm just going to wait for a letter from the hospital, then I'm going to have some injections in my shoulder to at least try and alleviate some of the pain. Oh God, sorry, bear with me 1 second. Sorry, I had set the timer on my oven because I have just done one of those little home testy things. So yeah, it is clear, yay! So yeah, so hopefully now I might be able to sleep through the night without getting woken up because I've moved, and yeah, but never mind. So that was that, and on Thursday it was, the rest of Thursday it was just work, and then yesterday I got into a mad thing. I got up early and a mad thing of tidying up my house, or the downstairs anyway. Then it was the wonderful cat litter, and then it was work. Although I did, on my lunch, did a quick finish on that, which is the Good Morning Maui Monsters. I just literally put it on, glued it on some foam cord, put some black lace around it, and then just hung it up. I wasn't going to do anything fancy for it, but I just really think it's cute. And I know it doesn't really go, but I don't care. It's something I stitched that I really liked, so it's going up on the wall for now. So yeah, so that was Friday and Thursday, just really work stuff and house stuff and, you know, thrilling things for you all, I'm sure. But let's go on to the important thing, which is the stitching that I did. So for the last 2 days I have concentrated on All Souls Vierlanden, that's the Quiltify design one, and then yesterday afternoon the Whitchy Stitcher dropped. The latest instalment of the Whitchy Stitcher dropped, so I got started on that. Now I got a late start on stitching yesterday because I dyed my hair. Grey be gone, all nice and brown again without any grey in sight. So yeah, that'll do me for probably 2 months, and then it'll desperately need doing again. But hey, it'll be nice for a couple of weeks, but unfortunately my hair tends to grow quite quickly, so that means the grey comes back very quickly. But with the stitching, let's do the All Souls Vierlanden first of all. It's still on the Q-snap because I plan on working on this today, so when I do my clip tomorrow it'll be off the Q-snap because I'm starting something different on Sunday. So this is what, I know I've probably just shown this in a clip, but there we go, and this is what I worked on, continuing this across and finishing this. Now there is a mistake in that, but I think it could possibly be that I made a mistake on this and did it too far this way. So this, well no, there is also a mistake here. Look, I don't care. It looks absolutely fine. Still absolutely loving it. So I'm going to carry on working across here, which will be this here, I think. Yeah, so I'm going to start working on these here. So I've not done that one there, but that will be the last of the significantly sized motifs there. So once that's done, it's all the fill in then, which, you know, there's still quite a bit of that, but at least all the big things will have been done. So that's one of my things for today. And the other, So let me just show you what dropped yesterday for the Whitchy stitcher, the Cryptic stitch along. This, I'm determined to keep up with this, I really am. Not got any other stitch alongs planned, anything like that, but this one I just, where is it, where is it, where is it? There it is. The Dover Demon. There you go. So that is the latest drop there, which is so cute. I am loving this. So last night, as I said, I didn't get that much time to stitch, but I got enough to do the ow, 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 ow. Oh, sorry. I got enough to do the outline and the words, which I'm doing in a toile as normal, and I just need to backstitch around these skulls, and then I can do the middle and my oh, for crap's sake, my étoile. What have you just done there? Oh God, sorry. My étoile has turned up for outlining Nessie, so I'll get that done. So that I should hopefully do this morning, because there's not a ton of stitches in those little demons, but yeah. So once I'll do this first, and then I'll move on to the All Souls. So that is that. Oh, those are my stitching plans for today. And then after I've worked on All Souls today, I'm probably going to put that away for the rest of, well, I'll see how I feel, but certainly for next week I'm going to put All Souls away and do some new starts. So let me just check, was there anything else I wanted to... Done the FFO. Ah, okay, so new starts. So I think it might have been last week I explained that I had a bit of a late night shopping spree on Carolyn Manning, and one of the patterns I bought was the aptly named Crazy Cat Lady. So I thought, you know what, it's my brand, I might as well do it. So I have some, I've had in my fabric stash just some plain white 16 count Ada, and the recommended in that is 14 count Ada, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it on the 16 count Ada. And I've got the majority of the DMC that's needed. I've certainly got what's needed for me to start in the top left here, so that's going to be one of my starts, because I couldn't resist. I know it wasn't one of the ones I planned, but you know me and plans, yeah. So that's going to be one. And then in my new starter basket, which I've actually had for about 2 years, but I bought it, I'd taken it upstairs to my bedroom because I was going to use it for something up there. I'd made the mistake of laying it down like that. Well, I hadn't laid it down, it had just toppled over. And then my cat started kind of colonising it. And it's only been the last month or so that they've actually, in true cat style, now decided that they can't stand it and they don't go anywhere near it. So I've been able to reclaim it. So it is now for my stitching because it fits in perfectly. So I'm going to start, Frost is on the pumpkin next week at some point. And then for the rest of the year, what I'm probably going to do is start my Hollandaise Merklap, from Jeanette Douglas. I now have all the, it's taken me about 6 months or so, but I've now got all of the threads for that. And I've got my Zweigart, it's not an overdyed, it's just a 32 count light mocha, or mushroom as it's also known. So I've got that. I did have another piece of that, but it meant I had like about a 1 inch border and it would have made it really difficult. So I've actually reclaimed that piece for another starters that I'm going to do at some point, and used another piece of that light mocha. I mean, it's Zweigart, it's fairly inexpensive here in the UK at somewhere like Patchwork Rabbit, so that wasn't really a hardship. And then my other two, is I'm going to start one of these. I have not yet decided which one, but it's going to be one of my Plum Streets, either Eat Crow or Buzz Off. I'll probably end up doing something low tech like I did for my Carolyn Manning start, where I just like put the names onto post-its, folded them up, shuffled them and picked one. I'll probably do that. But I've got the threads and the material for that there. That will be done on a 36 count. Then finally it is my drawn thread. It's Sunnyside sampler. Again, this is one where, because of all the other drawn thread ones I did for my mum, I pretty much had all of the threads for this already. So that's a Sunnyside sampler, drawn thread. Absolutely love it. And this one is going to be for me. And this is going to be on, it is a 32 count. I think it's just a natural or khaki Zweigart. There you go. Now it always gets me this because they recommend 1/2, and that to me is more like a primitive, really kind of like sparse, and I just do not like the cover. For me personally, I don't like the coverage on that, so I always end up doing 2/2, and that's meant that a couple of the kits I bought were kitted up based on the specifications of the pattern, which was obviously 1/2. So that's why I was saying I've got a lot of the threads, is because I ended up having to purchase more because I ran out. But you know, whatever. So those are my planned new starts. So tomorrow morning I am going to do another one of these. I will should have the Cryptic and the All Souls off the 2 snaps, and possibly I could have started a new one. It depends if I no, I don't know, because I'm forgetting I'm having to go out this evening. Oh, I had to buy a load of new makeup. It's been a while since I've worn things like foundation and all of that stuff, and you know, I didn't really wear it that often beforehand because I break out in spots if I even look at foundation. So, you know, I certainly don't wear it at work throughout the day, and as you can see right now, absolutely no makeup whatsoever. That's why I look like a ghost. But I dug out all my foundation and stuff like that, and then yeah, it did not smell good. So I'm like, oopsie. So I had to go to Boots here, which is like a really big chemist store here in the UK. They basically sell everything, but they also have their own brand, which for some reason is, you know, it's not the most expensive, but it's certainly not the cheapest. But it just seems to, as long as I don't have it on for too long, my skin doesn't react too badly to it. So I had to buy all of that. That's an unexpected expense, but hey, I wasn't going to a Christmas do without foundation on, especially not with the little spots that I've suddenly started getting. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, so that'll be tonight. So I'll do what stitching I can do, and then I have to start getting ready. But the good news is, for me, getting ready doesn't take that long, because yeah, it's a basic makeup, and I'll just do something with hair straighteners and that'll be it. So anyway, I will leave that for now, and I'll see you in the next clip. Bye. Okay, so I was thinking of doing some clever editing so you would not know that I ended the last clip without actually opening the bloody advent calendar things, but then I was like, nope, I'm not doing any editing on this other than splicing this all together. So yeah, I forgot the entire purpose of the video, which was to show what's in my tiny little present things from Patchwork Rabbit, or the advent calendar as they call it. So yeah, so we've got the 10th and the 11th here. If I did that. So this is the 10th, and oh, this is a nice colour. This is holly. That's a gorgeous green. There you go. And then the 11th. Oh, classic colour work. Khaki mocha. It's a nice light. Not quite white, but so there we go. Oh, the other job I'm going to do at some point this weekend, possibly today, is I have a ton of admin, stitchy admin I need to do. So I've got a load of threads that I need to put back in my stash and mark off on my spreadsheet as to where they are. I've got some fabrics that I need to put in my fabric stash and all of that. So I'm actually very much looking forward to that because I am very much an admin type person. So, you know, sad and boring basically, but not to me. Yeah, so that's something else that I'm going to try and shoehorn in this weekend. But anyway, now I will truly see you tomorrow, now that I have actually remembered the purpose of this video. Bye. Good morning. Yes, it is Sunday the 12th. It is the day after my Christmas do, which is why my voice sounds like this, because I spent all of last night screaming very loudly along to various 80s and 90s pop songs, with quite a few Bon Jovi songs in there as well. And since I was a proper Bon Jovi fan back in the day, when Living in a Prayer came on, let's just say the singing turned to screaming. So today I have this beautiful voice, so I do apologise. Bear with me, in a few days it should be back to normal, or hopefully tomorrow will be back to normal. But so anyway, yes, a good night was had. I got there for 7 o'clock. Had only planned on staying maybe till 9-10 o'clock, you know, do the rounds, have a bit of food, sneak off. But it was just really good fun. It was really well done. We had our own room, so we were away from any other parties. So we were with people that we've been basically working with for the past 3 to 4 months. So it's, you know, in an area that was actually bigger than our office. So that was good. The food was really good. It wasn't, I hate at these do's where you have sit down meals where they come round and give you a meal and you got to have it at a set time. What they did was they had a little station where you could make your own like wraps with different meats and fillings and all sorts, and a little bit of dessert after. So it was really good. But I am a little bit gutted because, you know, obviously I wasn't drinking last night because I was going to be driving, but the time I do decide at a Christmas do not to drink, they had an open bar for the entire night. Oh, I mean, that must have cost a fortune in itself, but you know. But anyway, I'm actually really glad I didn't drink, because I don't, you know, like with most people, I don't need alcohol to have a good time. For me, I just need good music and a dance floor, and I'll boogie the night away. So I think a few people were a little bit shocked to see one of their managers, you know, boogieing on down on the dance floor, but you know, don't care. I just love to dance. So yeah, I ache all over today because obviously I haven't boogied away like that for quite some time. So my feet are killing me. But luckily I wore, you see, I always go prepared for these things because I know what I'm like. And if there's any opportunity to dance, Mama will dance. So I wear black boots that are, you know, appropriate for dancing, let's just put it that way. So they're built for comfort, let's say, and my trousers hid most of them anyway, so it, you know, it merged in with all the girls wearing stilettos and platforms and things like that, and I'm like, woo, I've got comfy shoes, I don't have to take them off. Anywho, yeah, it was a good night. I mean, I left at about 11:45 because I knew I had to be up today so I could drive to my brother's in Wales. But yeah, no, it exceeded my expectations as to what I thought last night was going to be, so I'm very happy with that. But I do now have this very interesting voice, so I do apologise for that. So what did I stitch yesterday? Oh, yeah, what did I stitch yesterday? So I worked on 2 things. I finished off my Cryptic sale, and oh, absolutely devastated because I just was reading through when the next releases were and that, and she's not dropping anything now till January. apparently there was a poll taken and people decided that they would like the rest of this month to catch up. So, I mean, I understand for those who have not been able to keep up, but, you know, for us who have kept up by some miracle, we've been salivating every Friday for the, you know, for the next drop. But, you know, hey ho, I'm going to have to try and find something else to do with my Friday evenings now. But no, so it's, I think it's the 7th of January is the next drop, but I managed to catch up on everything on mine yesterday, and that includes outlining Nessie. So here we go. I think it looks great. So this is on 28 count Valor by Picture This Plus, using pretty much all the stated colours, except I'm switching in a toile for certain places. So there you go. So all the names are in black toile, and things like the eyes and the outlines of things are in like red toile or green toile or whatever it needs to be. But yeah, I just love that. I think that's turned out so well. And this is what I worked on yesterday. So it's the Dover Demon and Loch Ness. Obviously I just put the green toile around it, and then I did this. So the eyes are in a toile, those red eyes, and then we did these skulls up here. Now I made a mistake early on in the fact that I accidentally outlined my skulls in black, so I've just carried on doing that. But yeah, so very happy with that, and put that away now until January the 7th. So I finished that yesterday morning, did a bunch of tidying, and then decided to do a little bit on All Souls while the clock was ticking away for when I'd have to start getting ready. And as is normal for me, I set an alarm to give myself, you know, time to sort my hair out, do my makeup, blah blah blah. And I'd set the alarm on my phone, but I'd forgotten to save the alarm on my phone. So I'm stitching away, happened to glance at the time and realised I now had 45 minutes between when I needed to, between then and when I needed to leave the house, because, I mean, it wouldn't have mattered that much, but I arranged to pick people up, because obviously I was driving, so some people who lived near me, I said I'd pick them up, so it was a case of, oh crap. So, I mean, luckily I'd had all my shower and done all of that malarkey, and, you know, dyed the hair, so it was a case of a very quick straightening job and 15-minute makeup instead of what I'd planned to do. But it didn't matter, it turned out really well. I think I posted a picture on my Instagram, a kind of like mood shot while I was at the venue, so that's as good as it was going to get, let's just put it that way. But the stitching I did do on All Souls, I've worked a bit more along the bottom, so I'm not quite finished with the bottom, but just fold that a little bit. There we go. So I've just got a little bit more to do. So this is All Souls Vierlanden. And let me just show you the picture quickly so I can show you what I've got left to do. I've got this hang on. I've got to finish off this motif, just the top bits there, and then do this motif. And then the bottom is done. So then I'll just start working up and filling in. And so all of these other motifs, the big motifs there are done, but I need to do all of these little filler ins here, as I've probably said in other videos, in other previously in this video, but yeah, I'm repeating it again. So I've not decided yet. I'm either going to carry on working with this tonight, so that this is going to be the last clip for this week, so when I get back from my brother's this afternoon I'm going to put all of these clips together and upload this, and then I'm either going to continue working on this and then finish it off today, and then Monday start on Frost here, or I'll start on this tonight. I have not yet decided. To be honest, I may just carry on with this because it's one colour and it's easy, and I'm going to be absolutely knackered by the time I get home from my brother's, so I might just do that. But again, I've not quite decided yet. So that was that. Is there anything else? No, I think that's pretty much it for stitching and catching up. A good night was had. It was fun. I'm glad I didn't drink because I know I would have felt horrendous today. I've got all my presents ready. I've got my flat fold ready for my niece and my sister-in-law. And yeah, that should be fun. I'm not staying too long. I'm just popping in for a few hours. So I should be back for about 5 o'clock this evening. But let's get to our tiny present. This is number 12. Ooh, this has got a bit of heft to it. Ooh. Mini scissors with regular handles. They're cool. I like that. Oh, I really like them. I use I'm quite funny. I have one pair of snippets that I use for everything. I have my magnetic light that's got a gooseneck, and that's metal, that gooseneck, and I have a pair of snippets that I've stuck some magnets to that I just stick to the light stand, so they're always there basically. So it's probably good to have an extra pair. Very nice. So that was number 12. Oh, I did get the majority of my admin done yesterday as well on all of my threads and everything. I organised them all, and I've just now got to actually put them away, but they've all been recorded on a spreadsheet, and I sat there and geeked out putting all of that on my whip list and the stuff that brings me joy and comfort basically. But so that was done yesterday, so now I just need to spend half an hour or so just putting them back in the actual putting them back with all of my threads. So that, I doubt I'll be doing that today. Probably spread it out during the week. Well, yeah, other than that, I'm going to let you go. So this was my last clip. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please do like and subscribe. Any questions or any comments, just leave them below. I always try to get back within 24 hours. And thank you for watching, and yeah, love you all, and please keep safe, and I will see you soon. Well, for me it'll be like I'll see you tomorrow because I'll start my next week, but for you guys it'll be next Sunday. But yeah, stay safe. I hope you and your family are all safe and well, and I'll see you soon. Bye.